Well, a very good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into the Camogie Association YouTube channel. We're live from Ballymena this afternoon for the Centra Camogie League Division 1A Round 3 matchup between Antrim and Waterford. My name is Michael Lavery. I'll be your match commentator for this afternoon in what is a blustery day here up in Antrim. A very strong wind blowing right to left as we look at it here as both teams go through the final stages of their warm-ups here. Both teams off to good starts in the league. We'll take a look at Antrim first as we'll run through their starting 15, coming off the back, of course, of that famous win over Cork there in the last round. And they line out today as follows: 1 to 15 as programmed. So in goals, it's number 1, Katrina Graham. 2 is Colleen Patterson. 3 is Niamh Cosgrove. 4 is Derva Dobbin, and a half back line then of number 5, Claire McKillop. 6, Katie Malloy. And 7, Shanna Haggerty. The 2 in the midfield then for the Saffrons is Amy Boyle and Ava McAllister. A half forward line of Maeve Kelly, Lucia McNaughton and Nicole McAtamney. And on the inside line it's Amy Ferris from the Patrick Sarsfields Club, Jeannie McIntosh from Ballycastle and Clena Griffin from Corrigan. For the visitors then, for Waterford, they have a host of changes to their programme, 9 to be exact, and it starts in goals with number 16 Brianna O'Regan coming in place of Noelle Murphy. 17 Iona Heffernan, she's in at right cornerback for Vicky Falconer. 3 and 4 Clodagh Carroll and Alana McNulty line out as programmed. Right half back is Rachel Walsh. Leisha Forrest comes in at centre half back, while Orla Hickey is at left half. Keely Corbett-Barrett moves up into the midfield then, replacing the injured Abby Flynn, who got hurt the last day out against Galway. She lands out as alongside Emer O'Neill, who drops back from the half-forward line. That sees Lorraine Bray push up from midfield to the right half-forward position. So it is Keely Corbett-Barrett and Emer O'Neill in the midfield. A half-forward line then of Lorraine Bray, Beth Kjartan and Bevan Bowdren. And a full forward line then for Waterford of Niamh Rockett, number 27 Mairead O'Brien and number 20 Maggie Gostel. Waterford have got off to a flying start in the league this year. They sit top of the table at the moment. They've played 2, they've won 2, and the 2 teams that they've beat were the 2 teams in the All-Ireland final last year.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're very welcome to Slemmies Park.
Round 1, they had a 112 to 9 points win over Cork before overcoming Galway. 12 points to 1-5 the last day out in Athenry.
1 minute.
We're just getting a notification here of national anthem and a minute's silence in 1 minute's time. Referee for today is Gavin Donegan from Dublin. We can see himself and his officials at the midfield mark as both teams huddled up for a few final words of encouragement. As we say, Antrim been buzzing around the camp after the last week following that win over Cork. Manager Elaine Dowd's full of praise for her side through the week. As we pause now for a minute's silence and are on the vein. So the minute's silence has been observed as we wait now for the national anthem. Bit of country music there instead of the national anthem. I think they're just trying to find the right playlist here at the All Saints Club. That's got a good laugh out of the players and management and those gathered around here. We can leave the music to later. It's the action on the field we worry most about here. And now we're getting telephone notifications and everything coming out over the speaker. So I think the referee, Gavin Donegan, has just decided that we're not going to have her on the vein before the match here this afternoon. We have just passed 1 o'clock, so we'll be a minute or so late throwing in here today, just due to a few technical difficulties there. But thank you indeed very much for joining us. The sun is out, the rain has stayed away. And it's just the wind and the elements that have to be dealt with this afternoon. Antrim are going to favour the breeze in this first half, and they'll want to make the most of it. Coming into this game, it's fair to say, as underdogs, but looking to bounce off the back of that big win a couple of weeks ago and get their second win on the board. And we are underway here in the Centra Camogie Leagues Division 1A from the All Saints Club in Ballymena. It's the visitors who have the first attack of the afternoon. Beth Carton. That's a misplaced pass and a chance for Antrim to win their first possession of the afternoon. The ball has gone to ground and it's a tussle for possession, but it's the home side who come away with it. And as the ball was making its way up towards the forward line, it was intercepted there by Keely Corbett Barrett, and now driven forward by Carton in towards the Waterford full forward line. Dealt well though by the Antrim defence. And again, the Saffrons come away with possession, looking to break out this near side now. A ball in towards the Antrim forward line. Let's see how Waterford deal with this defensively for themselves. It's Amy Ferris who's chasing it for the home side. And Antrim have broke out with possession, a chance to register the first score here of the afternoon. A shot came in there, but it was blocked well. The shot come from Jeannie McIntosh. A foul conceded, and it's going to be a free out. So the first shot of the day comes from Antrim. The ball just sticks as it hits the floor, such is the nature of the wet ground we have here. Now Emer O'Neill, as we said, lined out in the midfield today. And the ball breaks out towards Corbett Barry on this right hand side, makes a move. Emer O'Neill, shot blocked down. First shot of the day for Waterford, and it makes its way up and over the bar. It comes from the number 13, the ever-present Niamh Rocket. 17 seasons of service to Waterford Camogie, and she opens the score here this afternoon after a minute of play. Now Katrina Graham's first puck out of the afternoon. And again, a scramble for possession on that far side. You can see the flags blowing in the wind on the far sideline. A good crowd gathered here as well today. No foul, says referee Gavin Donegan, as Waterford break out the far left hand side now, looking to make a move. And a ball in towards the forward line. That ball played forward by Lorraine Bray. And now making their way into a more central position. Chance of another shot coming in here. And that falls comfortably into the grasp though of the Antrim keeper. The shot came in there from Mairead O'Brien, wearing the number 27 today. Not cleared well though, and a chance for another score to be added on. Although that effort tails just wide to the right there from Bevan Bodrin from the St Anne's club. So despite playing against the wind, it's the visitors, Waterford, who have had 2 shots to Antrim's 1 so far. Only managed to convert one of them though. Now driven forward by Lucia McNaughton from the Lockheed Shamrocks. And now breaking out is Leisha Forrest. And now it's Lorraine Bray making a move forward at pace out that left hand side, manages to get the shot away. It's going to drop short though, and again dealt with well by Graham, who comes to this near right hand side, this near side, sorry, Shanna Haggerty. And Haggerty gets it back once more, looking for an option down the line. It's blocked as she tries to play it forward. It's going to drop right here in front of us in our commentary position. Keely Corbett Barry manages to lay it off to Rachel Walsh, but it's been turned over again. Janie McIntosh gets the ball forward for Antrim. And again, another scrap for possession. The ball has gone to ground. 2 from each side, wrestling for possession. There's a player bowled over on the inside there, but the referee letting play continue. And now the referee going to call a halt to proceedings. So the ball right up in the Antrim forward line here, but Waterford managed to gain possession and break away. Emer O'Neill was the one who won it, and she gets it straight back. She was the player of the week last time out against Galway from Bricky Rangers. And off now to Beth Carton from De La Salle, to her clubmate Corbett Barry. Another one off the shoulders. Lorraine Bray gets the shot away, but again Graham in the goals manages to keep it from going over the bar. Oh, the umpire's flag has gone up. It appears the ball has crossed the line, and it was in fact a goal. Graham's efforts to no avail that time. Quite difficult to tell from our angle, but the umpire down at that far end has raised his green flag. And it's a goal for the number 8, Lorraine Bray, I believe it was. So just a conversation taking place here, supposed to clear up what had happened. We thought Graham had managed to keep that shot out, but the umpire in the perfect position to make the call. And now Waterford 1-1 to no score with the lead here in Ballymena. You can see Beth Carton just receiving a bit of treatment over on the far side, adding to the pause and play here. And we are about to get back underway. Puck out taken short and to the right, and Antrim now looking to get themselves back into this game, but they've turned it over almost instantly. And Waterford comes straight back on the attack again, playing against the breeze in this first half. Here's another ball in behind, a chance to add on another score. O'Neill in towards the middle, Mairead O'Brien. It's a great save by Graham, it's bouncing around and it's not cleared yet. O'Brien looking to have another go at it. Scramble right in the goal mouth, but Antrim, to their credit, managed to defend well and break clear with possession. Cleared only out about as far as 45 metres out the field, as a contingent of Antrim supporters have gathered along the fence beside us here, and they're watching their team now break out from the back into attack. Nicole McAtamney with the ball forward. Cleana Griffin wrestling for possession. And the referee blows it up again. Going to throw it in. And we are back underway. Antrim still chasing their first score. Broken out by Orla Hickey, and a ball forward towards Emer O'Neill. She's seen plenty of involvement in this first half already. Alicia Forrest defending well for Waterford, trying to drive out, trying to shake off the challenge, but she's over-carried it. There's going to be a chance here from the free in, and perhaps Antrim's first score of the afternoon. It's going to be Nicole McAtamney from Dunloy on the end of it. Strike is away, but it looks like it's just going to tail to the left and wide. And it is indeed, so Antrim remaining scoreless so far. As we approach 10 minutes played in this first half. Brianna O'Regan with the puck out, drives it long and up as far as midfield. But it's Antrim who have hands on it first. A great move there by Ava McAllister. Now a ball, a shot even, and that one tails wide and to the left as well. So Antrim perhaps just chasing it, trying to get themselves back in touch and distance on the scoreboard. 1-1 to no score so far. Playing with the advantage of the wind, would have wanted to make better use of those couple of shots in the last few minutes. And a ball forward by Hickey. Breaks down comfortably though for Katie Malloy. And Antrim once again breaking out a chance now to build a move, coming towards this near sideline as the ball's played in towards the forward line. Amy Ferris is the one chasing it. No foul, says the referee, as she goes up against the number 17, Iona Heffernan. Corbett Barry just misplaces a pass there, and Antrim with a chance to capitalise. All the way back out to the number 10 in low towards Lucia McNaughton. And the ball's been recycled out as far as the 45 and the number 8, Amy Boyle from Lochgiel, a member of the 2025-26 Club Camogie Team of the Year, alongside her club teammate Roisin McCormick, who's on the bench today. That's Boyle's third time receiving that award. Also a recipient in 22, 23 and 24, 25 seasons. Lochgiel, of course, the 4 in a row Ulster champions, 12 in a row Antrim champions. And their influence from the Lochgiel players will be massively needed today. And Waterford now back out to Beth Kjartan, lets the shot fly. And she converts, that's her first score of the afternoon. Kjartan from the De La Salle club, as we mentioned earlier. And that's now 1-2 to no score. Graham's puck out carries in the wind and is well up over midfield, but breaks down for Waterford, who go straight back on the attack. Intercepted well there though in the midfield, and Kjartan coming away with possession once more. Turn of pace, she just had her jersey pulled there momentarily as the ball was behind Corbett Barry, but we are going to have a free in now, as referee Gavin Donegan spotted that infringement just as Kjartan was about to use her pace and break free. Katie Malloy, the culprit. We'll see who's going to be on the end of this free. It's Niamh Rocket, of course. Against the wind, but from a fairly central position. So fancy yourself with this one. That's dropping just comfortably over the bar. That's her second point of the day. And Waterford now with a 6-point advantage, 1-3 to no score, as the puck out comes towards this near sideline. Mishandled there by Shanna Haggerty from Ballycastle. And immediately pressure applied by Bevan Bowdren. Throw-in's going to be between Bowdron and Hegarty. And it's Carton now for Waterford, who almost had a chance to break free there, just couldn't quite get the ball in their possession. As they're being wrestled towards the sideline here. And an Antrim free now. Driven well forward and caught well on the turn there. I think that was Maeve Kelly, the number 10. And Maeve, she had a player free running right through the forward line. Her shot instead tails wide and to the right, but there was a scoring opportunity there. I think it might have been Amy Ferris who had broken free. And the ball sticks again on this wet turf here in Ballymena as Carton does well to collect it and drive a ball in towards the forward line. It's in low as O'Neill comes off the shoulder. A rocket there in support as well, but here is Emer O'Neill, a chance to shoot. Hooked lovely though by the defender, the number 3, Niamh Cosgrove, there to prevent the shot. An Antrim breakaway once more. Well placed pass out to Lucia McNaughton, who drives the ball in towards Ferris in the forward line. Iona Heffernan there though, defending well in defence. That's a couple of times now she's been in the right place at the right time. Clodagh Carroll fouled as she was trying to clear her lines, and now she does so from the free. Bowdron just kicks it up comfortably, and Carton's there to collect another ball low in towards the forward line for Waterford as they chase yet another score. Mairead O'Brien chasing possession, but again Antrim back well in numbers to slow the pace of the Waterford attack down. And cleared away once more to the number 12, that was Nicole McAtamney. Off the shoulder, that was Janie McIntosh. To now the number 9, Ava McAllister, and she lets a shot fly from out that right hand side, and still Antrim go chasing their first score of the afternoon as that effort misses to the right. Brianna O'Regan now with another puck out. So Antrim have had their fair share of chances. It's 3 or 4 wides now in this first half. We're going to get a sideline here. McAtamney just being redirected by the sideline official here. Sideline cut in towards a central position. You can see just how much the wind is affecting play here as the ball tailed off course right at the last minute. Cleana Griffin was bundled out over the sideline and the ball is wide. Antrim were protesting themselves, looking to free, but not to be. Now Corbett Barry goes backwards towards O'Neill. Right out on that far sideline. O'Neill heavily involved in this first half as Carton now goes back towards O'Neill. There's 2 of them out there for Waterford on that left hand side. Lorraine Bray inside towards Niamh Rocket does really well to take the ball on the turn as it had just fallen behind her, but the shot drops just short and into Graham's hands in the Antrim goal. Still not clear yet. O'Brien now to Rocket. Now Antrim pinned right back in their corner here in this left corner back position. They'll have a bit of work to do if they're looking to clear their lines, and they've managed to do so, but it's only as far as Rachel Walsh, the right corner back, who was standing all on her own as the ball fell to her. Carton once more shakes off a challenge inside towards O'Neill, and Leisha Forrest is going to split the uprights for her first score of the afternoon, lining out today at centre half back. Again, quite a bit of shifting around done to the starting lineup that was named in the programme. 9 changes in total. There's a pause and play here for an injury for an Antrim player. That's right, Leisha Forrest lining out at centre half back as Keely Corbett-Barrett moves up into the midfield alongside Emer O'Neill. Lorraine Bray moving from her usual midfield position up to the half forward line. And it's fair to say manager Michael Boland will be happy with what he's seen in this first half, especially going against the wind, 1-4 to no score. Boland himself a native of County Limerick. But a very experienced figure in the camogie world. He's managed or been involved with several inter-county teams at under 16 minor and junior grades. In 2018 led Cork club Corsey Rovers to their first ever senior league and championship titles 8 years ago in 2018. He's now in his second year in charge here of the Waterford Camogues. And he'll be well pleased with what he's seen so far, keeping Antrim off the scoreboard, but they're looking to change that through this attack. Advantage being played, and now Antrim going to get their free in. It was Jeannie McIntosh of Ballycastle who was fouled. And Nicole McAtamney makes her way across. She missed one from this near side just a couple of minutes ago. The wind playing a big factor in that. We'll see now if one from the far side can be converted and get Antrim up and running. Waiting on the signal from the umpires. And it is indeed the first point of the day. Nicole McAtamney from a free. And Antrim are up and running, 1-4 to 1 point. Waterford managed to keep Galway to 1 point the last day out in the first half. That match ended up with Galway scoring 1-5 in total, with Waterford come out on top, 12 points to 1-5. And we're being brought back for a free. McAtamney going to be on the end of it once more as we watch the Antrim forwards flood in front of the goals. Ferris, Griffin and the two going in. Jeannie McIntosh also joining them, so the entire full forward line right in under the shadow of the goalposts. We'll see if anyone else joins them. McAtamney sends it high into the sky. Is it going to be accurate enough? It is indeed. That's a fantastic score from long range by Nicole McAtamney. And 2 points, more or less inside a minute. And was much needed from the Antrim perspective. 1-4 to 2 points now the score. As O'Regan out towards Heffernan. Does well to escape the challenge and find Walsh, and Walsh goes straight back to Heffernan. Leisha Forrest now with a low ball forward towards Keely Corbett-Barrett. A breaking ball and a heavy challenge coming in there, but play continues as Beth Carton now with the ball in towards the Waterford forward line. It was just ever so slightly too high as we see the number 20, Maggie Costle. It was her first involvement. Antrim now perhaps just settling into this game just a little bit better than they had been beforehand, and a chance now in towards Ferris. She makes it stick. Can she get turned and get a shot away? Well, McAtamney's going to get a chance for a third free. Another Antrim player receiving a bit of treatment just off to our right hand side here on this near side. I believe it's the number 6. It is indeed. It's Katie Malloy from the Dunloy club. A nasty bang in the fingers, I think it was, in that challenge, alongside Beth Carton. But McAtanmy looking for a hat-trick of scores here. Just trying to make sure the ball is placed in the right spot, and we see Malloy back to her feet. The shot comes in from McAtanmy, and it's a third white flag raised. So 3 scores in a row for Antrim. 3 scores in a row for Nicole McAtanmy. And now they're back to within 4 points as the wind dies down ever so slightly compared to what it was at throw-in at 1 o'clock. Not much all the same, as Carton now back on the attack looking for another score for Waterford. Gossel out towards Bowdren on this right hand side, manages to get the shot away and just tails wide and to the right though. Bevan Bowdren of the St Anne's Club. Oh, and it's just come off wrong there from the puck out, and a chance for Beth Carton to capitalise. Excellently blocked down though. Carton still in possession, goes out towards Mairead O'Brien, who manages to get the shot off, and it's forced wide. So a mistake from the puck out, but well regrouped and well defended by Antrim. Katrina Graham's puck out high and into the sky, drops down unchallenged there for the number 3, Clodagh Carroll from the Galtier Club. And herself a free. Leisha Forrest looking for her options now off the free. She has a point to her name this afternoon. In towards Rocket, taken excellently in that forward line. Is she going to be able to get it up and get the shot away? Again, I think the conditions on the ground perhaps just playing a bit of a factor, the ball not bouncing exactly how everybody thinks it will. All moving just that little bit slower. And catching a few of the Waterford players by surprise as Amy Boyle drives the ball now towards this left hand side. Lucia McNaughton in towards Amy Ferris, who does well to reach up and take control of possession. Boyle now for Nicole McAtanmy to chase, looking for her first point from play. She scored all of Antrim so far, but again defended brilliantly by Waterford. Niamh O'Neill just losing sight of the ball as she went to turn and make her way upfield, and she now has a chance at clear possession. Has options to the inside instead, goes forward just slightly out of the grasp there of Mairead O'Brien, gives the Antrim defence a chance to get back in and around. And now Carton breaks free from the pack, a turn of pace that we seen earlier. She was dragged down the last time she tried to break free, Beth Carton. Oh, she found Maggie Gossel on the inside, and the shot at goal actually ends up wide. I thought Carton was going to pull the trigger herself, but Antrim again stout in their defence. Despite leaking 1-4 early on, they've sheared it up. Forrest. Here is Rocket in plenty of space, going to comfortably take the shot, and that one's going to split the uprights. And a much needed score for Waterford, and a third of the day for Niamh Rocket. Just to stall the Antrim momentum that was building there. And now back to a 5-point game, 1-5 to 3 points. O'Neill forward towards Carton. Now a ball in towards the forward line. It's Gossel who reaches for it. It just can't get it in under our possession, and dealt with well by Graham in the Antrim goals. Here is Bevan Bowdren. Takes a shot from this right hand side, but the early call from the umpire signals wide and to the left. So the big talking point of this first half is going to be that Lorraine Brea goal, which we initially had a look at and thought that Katrina Graham had managed to keep it out, but the umpire signalled that it had crossed the line and raised the green flag. That more or less the difference between the two sides here. Would only be a 2-point game without that. And there's Keely Corbett Barrett out towards Rocket. Antrim defending well as the ball breaks backwards and into space, and now driven forward up towards the forward line with Ferris and Malloy are up here. A chance here. This is Cleena Griffin actually in behind. Will Antrim get a goal of their own as she's driving inside? We'll wait and see what the referee's decision is. And it is indeed a penalty. Cleena Griffin had found herself in an inch of space from the Kjargan club. And just as we were talking about goals, Antrim now have a chance for one of their own. And it's going to be none other than Nicole McAtamney. She's registered all of Antrim's scores so far. Will she go for goal or will she just knock it over the bar? Takes her point. And that's her fourth of the afternoon, Antrim's fourth of the afternoon. I think perhaps she might have been going for goal, but it just got a bit away from her. And it's a 4-point game once more. O'Regan with the puck out as Waterford look to respond themselves. Corbett Barry in round there for the visitors, and she's going to be the one to break out with possession. Beth Carton had options on the inside. Bevan Bowdren, one more to Emer O'Neill, who has a bit of space, but again defended well by Antrim. It's not cleared yet. There's a great defensive effort there by Dervla Dobbin from Portlanone. Antrim in towards Ferris. It's broken down for Griffin. Oh, and she's missed it. It's just widened to the left, and you can see the disappointment. She knows she should have scored there. She won the penalty a moment ago, and that was a huge chance. Would have brought them back to within 1 point. And just how crucial will that miss be at the end of this game? Now cleared away once again by the Saffrons, but only as far as Clodagh Carroll, who earned herself a free forward. Now Alicia Forrest. Just a step inside her own half, up towards Beth Carton. It breaks for Carton as Lorraine Brea off the shoulder. And Brea makes it count. So it's a goal and a point now for Brea from Cappoquin. And that's now 1-6 to 4 points. Well, Antrim have a response before the end of the half. 2 clear-cut goal chances inside the last 5 minutes from the penalty and from Griffin breaking in behind. Mairead O'Brien now for Waterford. It falls comfortably here for Rocket, who just plays it along the ground towards Gostel. Cuts to the inside. Will she get the shot away? Oh, well defended again. Niamh Cosgrove manages to knock it out. It's going to be a 45. So clear-cut goal chances at both ends for both teams inside the last couple of minutes of this half. And Niamh Rocket's going to get a chance now to add on her 4th score of the afternoon. to move it out to a 6-point game. The shot comes in, and that is the last action of the first half. Niamh Rocket with the 45 to make it 1-7 to 4 points here in Ballymena. Waterford definitely started the strongest in the first half. They were playing against the wind, but that didn't seem to bother them too much though. After about 20 minutes though, Antrim settled in themselves, found a bit of momentum. It was Nicole McAtamney with a hat-trick of points inside a few minutes to bring the home side back to within reach. They then had a penalty, which McAtamney took her point from, although it did seem as if she was going for goal, and then just minutes after that, Cleena Griffin with a gilt-edged goal chance of her own, which ended up just wide and to the left. Waterford then, they kept ticking away up the other end of the field by themselves. Niamh Rocket with 4 points in that first half. Lorraine Bray with a goal and a point. Again, we mentioned the goal. It'll be up for a bit of debate. I suppose the referee might have a few questions being thrown his way, and indeed the umpire who raised the green flag. But that's it, that's the half-time score here. We're going to step away, take a short break here in Ballymena, and we'll be back with second half action shortly. Half-time score here at the All Saints Club. It's Waterford 1-7, Antrim 4 points. All right, a very warm welcome back into Ballymena here, almost ready for second half action. It's Waterford who leave by 1-7 to 4 points. After an entertaining first half, Antrim with a couple of goal chances gone missing. Will probably have had a few strong words of encouragement in the dressing room there at half time. Waterford now playing with the wind in this second half. We'll see how they choose to take advantage of this. As we wait for referee Gavin Donegan from Dublin to throw the ball in. 4 points for Niamh Rocket in that first half. 1-1 for Lorraine Bray, and I can see number 19 Alana O'Sullivan has been introduced for Waterford. I'm not just sure who that was for, but at least one change has been made so. And we are back underway in this Centra Camogie Leagues Division 1A Round 3 matchup here in Ballymena, live on the Camogie Association YouTube page. Thank you very much for your company this afternoon. And we've 30 minutes to go to decide the winner in this one. It'll either be 3 wins from 3 for Waterford to start their league campaign, or back-to-back big wins for Antrim. But at the moment it's the visitors who are in control. You can also see the number 22 Katie McKillop from the Lochgiel Shamrocks has been introduced for Antrim. And now a chance for Maeve Kelly of Ballycastle to get the first score of this second half. Takes a shot up and over the shoulder, although it looks like it's going to tail wide and to the left, and it has. Kelly slow to get up following that challenge. She is back to her feet. Now Brianna O'Regan with a long puck out. They were long in the first half, that was against the wind. And now with the wind in her sails can drive it quite a distance up the field. It failed to Beth Kjartan there initially, but Antrim back in well defensively. And we see now who's going to break out from the pack with possession. And it's Antrim. It's the number 9 Ava McAllister with the ball out towards Maeve Kelly on this right hand side with a turn of pace. Gets away from Orla Hickey. Now it's the number 24, that's Roisin McCormick, another member of that team of the year alongside Amy Boyle, the 2 Lochgiel Shamrock players. McCormick will be a huge influence in this second half if she can get enough of the ball. But her first effort of the afternoon falls short and into the hands of O'Regan, who works it well through the hands to Clodagh Carroll, and now out to the far right hand side, Mairead O'Brien being the one to give chase. Here is Emer O'Neill. Again, a reminder, lined out in midfield today is O'Neill. Abby Flynn injured last day out, so a bit of chopping and changing for Michael Boland to get his line-up right here this afternoon. And now we watch as Lucia McNaughton puts a ball to the inside, and a foul and a free in to come as Kelly was pushed. And we would imagine this will be Nicole McAtamney to come across to hit this. 4 points for McAtamney in that first half. 3 from frees, 1 from a penalty. And she does have options short if she wants it, but I can't imagine so, given the central position and the distance. And she converts that one, so that's 5 on the day for McAtamney. She's the only scorer for Antrim so far. And the ball, just from the puck out, just sticks dead in the wet turf here. Credit has to be given to the All Saints club for getting the pitch in a playable condition, given the weather we've had over recent weeks. But it is a heavy surface. And it was Beth Kjartan who was expecting it to bounce, but it just stuck dead. And we've seen that a couple of times this afternoon. Here is Keely Corbett-Barrett out towards Beth Kjartan. Maeve Kelly just tries to kick it upfield. It bounces off Orla Hickey and the ball's still there, 2v1. Kjartan breaks out from the pack Has options to the inside. Here is Keely Corbett-Barry. Just floats one up into the wind and drops in lovely just over the bar. The perfect weight on it. And it's her first score of the afternoon. And Waterford's first of this second half. So a point apiece to start this second period, almost 5 minutes played. Here is McAtamney, blocked down well. Alicia Forrester in there. She's been a huge part of the Waterford defence this afternoon, playing at centre half back as part of the shake-up. She was in the programme as 14. She's wearing 14, but she's playing centre half back and doing a great job of it so far this afternoon. It was Clodagh Carroll who was tripped as she was trying to break out from defence. Just a reminder or a heads up that after our game finishes here in Ballymena, 3 o'clock, we have another stream available for you on the Camogie Association YouTube page. It's Tipperary versus Galway, also a Division 1A clash. That match throws in at 3 o'clock, stream live from just around 2:45. So a fill of Camogie action to fill up your Saturday afternoon. Carol gets back to her feet, albeit a little bit gingerly, shaken up from that challenge. I believe this is Alicia Forrest over this free. Using the wind and the range that she has at her disposal. Although just lacking a bit of accuracy this time round, falls wide and to the left. So the score remains as is, 1-8 to 5 points, 6 points between the sides. And here is Niamh Cosgrove wearing the number 3 from the Ballycastle club, up as far as Katie Malloy. Malloy now in towards the forward line. A foul's been spotted by referee Gavin Donegan. Roisin McCormick was brought to ground by Alana McNulty. This could be an easy score here for Antrim. And it'll be Nicole McAtamney once again. This will make it 6 dead ball scores for McAtamney if she converts. Waterford with a couple of defenders back on the line just in case she opts to go for goal. Instead, just pops it through the uprights. 6 points for Antrim and 6 points for Nicole McAtamney as we look now as the substitution being made for the visitors. Number 27, Mairead O'Brien, makes her way to the sideline. We'll just wait and see the number of the player coming on in her place. It's the number 15, Roisin Kerwin from St Anne's. And now the puck out short to Alicia Forrest. Shakes off the challenge of the number 22, Katie McKillop. And now out to this right hand side for Waterford. Orla Hickey in towards Emer O'Neill, takes it well on the run, lets the shot fly. That's a fantastic score. Emer O'Neill with her first score of the afternoon, and that was a really well worked move again. Alicia Forrest instrumental in it, out as far as Hickey on that right hand side, and O'Neill just taking it in her stride with the left hand. Right handed swing then from just around 45 yards out, 45 metres out I should say. And now Waterford straight back on the attack. Lorraine Bray is the one closest to it, but Antrim putting in a challenge, stemming the flow of the attack. It's the referee encouraging them to play the ball, but he doesn't like what he sees. And it's going to be thrown in once more. Kerwin was just trying to break free. Her first action since being introduced. She's earned herself and her team a free in. That'll be Niamh Rocket looking for her 5th score of the afternoon. We've seen her convert them from all ranges in that first half, mostly central positions, and this one no real difference. Wind at her back. And the white flag is raised, and Niamh Rocket has her 5th score of the afternoon. And it's now a 7-point lead in favour of the visitors. Broken down well by Alana O'Sullivan towards Maggie Gossel. Breaks down for Kerwin, tracking in towards a more central position. Plays the ball in towards the forward line. It's in the direction of Beth Carton. Back out towards O'Sullivan, just ever so slightly outside of her reach though. She's going to have time to get it into her grasp. Now Kerwin, short ball towards Carton, now finds O'Neill in a central position, defended well though by Antrim, who got back in numbers and a chance now to break forward with Claire McKillop, Lochgiel player, up as far as her club teammate Lucia McNaughton. And 3 Lochgiel players in a row as this is now Roisin McCormick. The Antrim and Ulster champions combining well to build into an attack here. Maeve Kelly almost had it in her possession though, but was defended well by the number 5 Rachel Walsh. Here is Alana O'Sullivan. It breaks down here favourably for Carton. She's going to get a chance to get a great save there by Katrina Graham. Beth Carton's shot was going straight towards the top corner. And that could be a crucial moment in this game as Carton blocks down the pass attempt there by Ava McAllister. And now the battle for possession continues once more. And it was Antrim who were about to break out, but I think Ava McAllister just lost her footing at the worst time. Amy Boyle now. And again blocked down. Carton herself now doing the blocking. This time it breaks for Roisin Kerwin, the substitute, looking to get a shot away, and she does well in a bit of tight space, although that one just wide and to the left. So a scramble for possession. It breaks out. Antrim look like they're about to get it cleared. Beth Carton with a block, and it falls for a chance of a score, but it's just wide and to the left. And a short puck out now towards Katie Malloy. Driven down that far sideline into a bit of space, and a chance for Nicole McTamney to chase. Roisin McCormick in and around it, manages to get the ball in her possession. She's just coming back from an injury, otherwise you would imagine she'll be starting for this Antrim side. Now Maeve Kelly looking for options, trying to create a bit of space for herself to get a shot away, driven towards Lucia McNaughton, who does well to get the ball in her possession. And popped up, although it's just going to fall short, and Waterford will have a chance to clear off the back of that. It's the number 5 Rachel Walsh. Now Alicia Forrest. Only as far as Boyle, however, for Antrim, and now Antrim straight back on the attack. Amy Boyle up and over the top towards Lucia McNaughton, and that one's just going to curl just inside the post, and that'll be Antrim's first point from play in this game, and their first score outside of Nicole McAtamney, and it's Lucia McNaughton from Lochgiel. And now just 110 to 7 points as the ball bounces favourably there for Katie Malloy, and Antrim immediately clear their lines up as far as Nicole McAtamney. Defended and blocked well there by, it's the number 18 Orla Hickey, who was there for Waterford. And it's been over carried, and it's going to be a free in for Antrim. I think Emer O'Neill might have been the culprit that time round. the ball in the hands of Nicole McAtamney once more. It's a quarter distance out against the wind. When she sends it in, it's going to drop short though. In fact, it's not. It makes its way over the bar. That's a fantastic score. And indeed, the angle caught us all out. It looked, for all intents and purposes, that it was going to drop short into Brianna O'Regan's hands. But it's Nicole McAtamney's 7th point of the day. Maggie Gossell's afternoon comes to an end here. I'll see who she was replaced by. We'll just, once we get the number. So Regan's puck out comes towards this near sideline, and again the ball just sticking in the turf. Beth Carton deceived by it. And Roisin McCormick to the inside. This ball sent high and in the air. It's going to drop awkwardly short though. Dealt well for the time being. Turned over though. And Nicole McAtamney, she just, I think perhaps just rushed at that one. And that goes wide and to the left. Here is the number 10, Emer O'Neill from Bricky Rangers. A reminder, was the player of the match last time out in that win over Galway. Now driven forward by Leisha Forrest. Sarah Lacey from Dungarvan was the substitute who come on immediately. Involved here is Emer O'Neill. And O'Neill raises a white flag, her 2nd point of the afternoon. 1-11 to 8 points. Just Lorraine Bray goes to ground, perhaps just a bit shaken up. So Waterford aiming for 3 wins from 3. They've got Kilkenny in their next game. That's a home game for Waterford. Antrim also with a home game next time out against Galway. And again, another reminder that another stream on the Camogie Association YouTube channel coming up at 3 o'clock, Tipperary versus Galway. It's the Centra Camogie Leagues Division 1A round 3. As Katie Malloy clears her lines for Antrim. Breaks down, it was towards Roisin McCormick. However, as we've seen on many occasions today, Leisha Forrest clears the lines for Waterford and does an excellent job defensively. But Malloy with the chance to come straight back. However, her pass is straight into the hands of Clodagh Carroll. And Malloy gets it back once more, so a chance to break here for Antrim off the shoulder. Here is Roisin McCormick. This will be a big score for Antrim if they can make something of it. Defended well just right as the shot was about to be taken there by the number 9, Eva McAllister. Maeve Kelly right down in this near corner with the ball in towards a more central position. And now McAtamney. That falls wide and to the left. And perhaps they're the sort of opportunities that Antrim and Elaine Dowds will be looking back on in this match. There's Roisin Kerwin going up against Niamh Cosgrove. Kerwin a substitute in this second half. Now out as far as Malloy. She has a bit of pace, but cuts back on herself to try and find the pass and falls to Niamh Rocket though. And a chance for Waterford to punish this mistake. And up as far as Kerwin. And Roisin Kerwin with her first score of the afternoon. The number 15. as we approach 20 minutes played in this second half. $112 to 8 points is the score here in Ballymena. To the inside, Malloy once more with a chance to find a pass as she drives it forward up as far as Maeve Kelly. She manages to get a hand on it. And now a ball towards a more central position, but intercepted well by Orla Hickey. Lorraine Bray, and I think she's just threw that ball. It fell comfortably for Beth Carton, who looked as if she was just about to let a shot fly, but instead it'll be an Antrim ball. Roisin McCormick to be the one on the end of it from just a step inside our own half. And again, you can see the flags in the distance there behind her as an indicator of how stiff the breeze is that Antrim are playing against. So she elects to go short towards her clubmate Lucia McNaughton, but it breaks down, and Waterford now with the chance to break out of defence into attack, and Rachel Walsh is the one in possession. She'll have her head up on a pass to the outside. Niamh Rocket now going to drive a ball in towards the forward line. It bounces once into the hands of Dungarvan's Sarah Lacey. She shakes off the challenge and is looking to get the shot away. But Antrim, stout in their defence, managed to dispossess her. Dervla Dobbin into space. This is the number 25. This is Sarah O'Neill from Kyorgan, introduced in this second half. So there's been a raft of substitutions just sort of going on. We don't pick them all up in real time, but we'll bring you them as soon as we get them. And Gavin Donegan just going to have a word here with Dervla Dobbin from Portclanoan, perhaps for a bit of dissent. And Dobbin finds herself in the book, so it's the first card of today's game. And it comes just 22 minutes into this second half as we just over 8 and a bit left to play. Just a bit of treatment being applied here. The referee getting a sip of water himself as the sun, well, it's been out for pretty much the whole day. It's not warm though, as the players getting a bit of respite here. And the ball's about to be thrown back in. What do Elaine Dowd's ladies have in store for the last 10 minutes or so, including added time of this game? Dowd herself represented Antrim for more than 20 years. First at the age of 11 for the under-14s. So Antrim Camogie is in her blood through and through. The Dunloy woman was cut a proud figure this past week after that Cork win. And looking to add another one here today, but it's Waterford who are in the ascendancy, and it's Lorraine Bray bearing down on goal and manages to get the shot away and convert. And I believe that is Lorraine Bray's first of the day, first of the second half, I should say. She had 1-1 in that first half. That, I think it's fair to say, a controversial goal, which was ruled on by the umpire. If you're just joining us, there was no reaction from anybody here at the All Saints Club in Ballymena. Only the umpire raised its green flag and said that her shot, which we all thought had fallen short, actually ended up in the back of the net. And that proved the difference for much of that first half, changed the psyche of the game completely. Waterford knew they had a security blanket. Antrim went chasing goals of their own. Nicole McAtamney, as we've mentioned a couple of times, had a penalty that was put over for a point. Clean Griffin had a chance just moments after that, as Roisin McCormick now drives in a free, and it drops just short. Brianna O'Regan defends it away. Now here is Leisha Forrest up as far as Keely Corbett Barry, and a pass now to this left hand side for Beth Carton to chase. Puts on a move to try and create a little bit of space and plays the ball in towards a more central position. Niamh Rocket is in there, manages to get a hand on it. Will she go soccer style and try kick it into the net? Defended well though, and Katrina Graham puts up a good block in the goals, and breaking away is the number 19 for Antrim. It's Kiva Conlon from Dunloy. But again, Waterford not letting up, applying pressure at every twist and turn, and now here is the substitute, the number 15, Roisin Kerwin. No joy this time though, as that effort falls wide and to the left. So 8 points between the sides. It's going to be an uphill battle here if Antrim are looking to get anything from this game. But Waterford, full value for their lead this afternoon. They worked well against the wind in that first half. They've worked effectively with it in this second half, and have been the better team on the day and leading on the scoreboard, and looking to add to it now as Beth Carton makes it look as simple as that. And it's only her second point of the day, but she's been a hugely influential character in this game from the De La Salle club. 2 points to her name now, and that makes it 1-14 for Waterford. As the ball drops in and around midfield, it's the number 11, Lucia McNaughton. Orla Hickey there though in defence. They put in a great defensive effort in this second half, and manages to find Niamh Rocket out on that far sideline as two Antrim players go in defence. Rocket goes to ground and just takes a step back now as the scrum takes place, and the chance for Antrim to put themselves in control here, in possession. And Roisin McCormick, breaking free, tries to play a ball from the ground, and it actually ends up out over the far sideline. It's going to be a sideline cut for the visitors. Taken well by Maeve Kelly, going up against Forrest in defence. No foul, says the referee, as Kelly cuts back to the inside, blocked down well as the shot was coming in, and that time it is a foul. Alana McNulty, the culprit. So even more substitutions being made. Beth Carton, that point was her last involvement of the day. A great performance from her as she makes her way to the sideline. And it's going to be Ava McAllister on free taking duties now. Shanna Haggerty also coming off for Antrim. Just haven't got the numbers of who's come on in their place, but as soon as we see them, as we've said, we'll tell you. And the free converted by Ava McAllister there from Dunloy, and that's her first point of the afternoon. Ball was up as far as Rocket, and I think Sarah Lacey was in there as well. And play brought to a stop. You imagine there's going to be a couple of minutes of added time here. It's been 29 minutes since the half started. And ball thrown in between Corbett Barry and McCormick. And again, Waterford right to the very end, and Hickey once more, who's been brilliant in this second half, with the ball up as far as Alana O'Sullivan. But Antrim managed to turn it over and a chance to clear their lines. And here comes Roisin McCormick. It just breaks away from her at the wrong time, and Lorraine Bray for Waterford inside as far as Niamh Rocket from just a couple of steps outside the 45 makes it look easy. And Niamh Rocket with her 6th point of the afternoon. Make that 115 to 9 points. Here is Lucia McNaughton. Driven forward by Amy Boyle, but no one in a saffron jersey there to collect. Instead, it's Leisha Forrest and now Clodagh Carroll. Drives the ball right down the line into this corner. It just carries out over the sideline. Alana O'Sullivan with a kick pass back towards Carroll. A heavy challenge coming in there by McNaughton on Lorraine Bray, and a shot coming in now from Roisin Kerwin. That looks good from our angle, and it is indeed. It's her 2nd point of the day. Puck out now coming from Graham. Here is Claire McKillop. Plays the ball into space out on that far sideline. Advantage being played as McCormick goes to ground, and Antrim are going to have themselves a free in. And just as we approach the end of this game, it's time now for the Centra player of the game. It's going to go today to the number 14, Leisha Forrest. A great defensive effort. Was there at all times when Waterford needed her. Yes, Rocket was fantastic going forward and getting the scores, but I think in terms of how the Waterford defence is held up here today, Forrest has been everywhere. I'm just hoping I haven't put a commentator's blink on it here right at the last second. The number 14 from the Galtier Club is your Centra player of the match today. As Antrim fighting right down to the last minute. And Ava McAllister will be the one to take the 45. $116 to 9 points. It's 10 points between the sides. This would bring it back to a 9-point gap as McAllister lets fly. It's coming in low. Again, I think that was actually Forrest on the inside. They managed to get the hands on it. It's Roisin McCormick who pops one up. It's in the space now. As Antrim are going to have to work it back out and recycle. And that is it. That is the last action of the game here in Ballymena. It's a 116 to 9 points win for Waterford. In a fantastic game of hurling, they now make it 3 points from 3, or 3 wins from 3, I should say, to start their league campaign, with wins now over Galway, Cork and Antrim. Antrim, to their credit, battled hard. They put in a great effort here this afternoon, just couldn't get it done against the wind in that second half. But it's Michael Boland's team, I should say, who come out the victors here today. We're going to step away for a quick break. We'll get some reaction from the player of the match, Leisha Forrest, and Michael Boland in a few moments' time. Thank you very much for joining us. Stick around for the interviews. It's a Waterford win, 116 to 9 points. All right, joined now by Michael Boland and Leisha Forrest. It's a 10-point win for you here up in Antrim. Leisha, I'll come to you first. You're the player of the game. Can I just get your reaction?
Look, it's great for coming away to an away game, a long old drag up, can't take anything for granted. I suppose it's 3 out of 3 and plenty of improvements now to make there again, but it's always nice coming away and coming to someone's homeland and getting a win.
As it was dry, but the pitch itself seemed wet. Was that tough conditions, sort of getting your footing used to it? I seen the ball stick quite a few times and girls were running past it.
Yeah, the ground was slow, but I suppose we tried to make the best of it. I know the ground was sticky, but I suppose it was just hard work there and worked off in the end.
What about battling against the wind then? You had it in that second half, but going up against it in the first half, I thought you did well to sort of take it out of play and play the ball through the hands a bit better.
It was a running game more so now in the first half against that breeze. You couldn't be hitting ball because the wind would kill it. The breeze in the second half and just trying to let ball in,
Michael, just to bring you in then, 3 wins from 3. That's a great start to the league, no complaints.
Yeah, 3 from 3, but as Leisha said there, we're not taking anything for granted. We've 2 away matches, they're hard. This is a hard match because you come up overnight, all your things just change around compared to a normal home match. Look, but all in all, delighted with the performance and delighted with the win, really.
And had you planned then for that win, I suppose, 2 different sets of tactics between the first half and the second half?
Well, any time you play against the wind, you know the ball is going to go that bit further with the opposition having it, so you have to sit that bit deeper and trying to work the ball through hand because you won't get the length in your strike when you're playing with the breeze. Yeah, without a doubt, you're trying to do two different things, with the wind and the wind, without the wind.
And you're going rightly through your squad as well, plenty of players getting a run out. I suppose that's very important to you at this stage of the year.
Yeah, well, we did say to a lot of the girls at the start of the year we brought them in. We brought 28 players in. We told every single one of them the opportunities during the league. When you get your chance, take it. If you don't get it, someone else go in next week and someone else go in the following week. And we've been true to our word. We're trying to be fair to everyone because, as I said last week, there's a lot of girls don't get time when the championship really starts, comes to nuts and bolts. So it's very important you see them during the league.
Oh, well, congratulations today, Michael.
Thanks very much.
Leisha, safe home, folks. Thanks very much. Right, folks, that wraps us up here in Ballymena this afternoon from the Centra Camogie Leagues Division 1A. It's Waterford who come away with a 10-point win just as the sun breaks out. But that's not the end of our action here today. We do have another stream coming up here at 3 o'clock as Tipperary take on Galway. Thank you very much for your company this afternoon. My name's been Michael Lavery. It's a win for Waterford to make it 3 from 3.